Taking you live to Brisbane now. Queensland Premier Annastacia Palaszczuk, she's there. She has just announced Schoolies will be cancelled. Look, not a huge surprise, but that decision now official. Jeannette at the moment, the Chief Health Officer speaking. Let's have a listen in.
For them, of course, very mild symptoms, extremely mild symptoms. And I'm not quite sure of how it's spread within that centre, who's the primary case because of the mild nature of symptoms. We're just working that through at the moment, but clearly we do have those linked cases and we do have those two people who live down the Gold Coast. So to protect the most vulnerable, which is our elderly citizens, that's why we need to bring in those restrictions for aged care. Then to protect the people going into our hospitals, we need to bring in that requirement for that additional enhanced use of personal protective equipment in all of our facilities. Plus, we need to look at visitors going in and out of areas where there are more vulnerable people, disability accommodation services and so forth. So all of that will be happening and it will be in place for 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So people can maintain their parties, their arrangements that they have organised for tonight, but because I know all those plans would of course be in place, but from 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, gatherings are limited to 10 in your own home, or if you're out in public and it's a non-organised gathering, wherever we've got COVID-safe plans. So that includes for weddings and for funerals and for restaurants, pubs, clubs, nightclubs, wherever there's a COVID-safe plan, those arrangements can continue because of all the work that's been put in place by all those industry groups, by all of the people involved. They are very good plans. They keep people safe. But we know that in people's own home, no one would expect them to have a COVID-safe plan for a gathering, which is why they are now limited to 10. So it's all of Brisbane going down to the Gold Coast. Now, we don't need to extend it at this point of time beyond those areas to, for instance, the Sunshine Coast, further up the coast, because we don't have cases there, but they have all been restricted to that gathering limit of 30. And of course, if we were to have cases, then we'd also bring in the gathering of 10. But we don't. So this is about Brisbane, Logan, all the way down to the Gold Coast and Ipswich, and that's very important. And that also then, you can see that we've had to make a really tough decision about Schoolies. I personally feel for this group. They've had a really difficult year. This is a rite of passage. Your last year of school is such an important year to get you prepared for going out and joining adulthood, if I can put it like that. It is such an important year and so much of it has had to change for this group. And I'm really sorry that they won't be able to have the traditional Schoolies celebration. But look, I think this group is one of the most resilient, innovative groups, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they'll put in place instead of that traditional mass gatherings on the beaches and so forth. They'll find other ways to celebrate. I know they will.
You can keep watching that on 604, our COVID-19 channel. The Queensland authorities there announcing 3 more cases, and Schoolies is cancelled.